Watching Rogers TV.
Good evening, Western Newfoundland, and welcome to this season premiere of West Talk. It's been a long summer. It's been a great summer. I hope you all had as much fun as I did, just enjoying the fine weather and this most beautiful part of the world. A couple things off the top, just to mention. We're going to keep this brief and go right into our interviews, but first of all, shout out to all the folks in our province who responded and dealt with the forest fire situation over the summer. I know in some cases this is still on the go, but I just wanted to say from our studio and everybody here, thank you for what you did during that time. Also, there's an important fundraiser happening in the community that I want to mention here now, and we will be mentioning it again. A prominent musician in the community needs our help. Jimmy Solo, beloved drummer and musician who played with many, many bands over the years, supported lots of artists, young and old, has taken a turn for the worst health-wise and has a bit of a battle ahead of him. It's very serious. Jimmy's going to be selling his drums, which is, to those who know him, is a real testament to what's going on here. But the musicians in this community are banding together for a fundraiser. And so I want to tell you about this. I want to invite you all to this. It's October the 12th. It's going to be at the Grove and Garden, which is a bar and restaurant on Broadway. And it starts at 3 p.m. We're going to be inviting people in there by donation. There's all the who's who of Western Newfoundland musicians are going to be there offering themselves. The list is too long right now for me to even get into, but trust me, we're going to be sharing this online, and it's an amazing night of entertainment. We're all going to come together. So October 12th, Grove and Garden, 3 p.m. until probably close. We will see you there. Now we're going to get into our episode. We've got two fun interviews for you today. We're going to be talking to two sister-in-laws who have just published a book called Pure Bliss about their journey, sort of the raw truth of parenthood. And we're also going to be talking to Mr. Andrew Dale, the new executive chef at the Hue and Draw restaurant here in Corner Brook. And joining me now in studio are the authors of this book. We have Madeline Sheppard and actually online from Ontario, Rachel Durocher. Thank you for joining me today, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Well, this is very fun. Of course, being a parent myself, I too know that it's nothing but pure bliss.
Yes.
All fun, no drama, no headaches, no foul smells, any of that stuff. So it's fun to see that people are now writing children's book for grown children. So tell us about this book. Where does this belong? Whose shelf does this book belong on?
Any parent, any new mom,
Mm-hmm. This is like would you say, tribute to mothers and tribute to parents, kind of? Is
yes.
It,
Yes.
It's meant to, what would you say, let everybody know about the real things about parenthood that we all share that we don't always talk about, maybe?
Yeah, like it's always sugar-coated and like not hard, and it's so easy.
Yeah.
Being a stay-at-home mom, we do nothing.
Right.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
We love our kids, but it's important to laugh at it and know that we're all in it together.
We are. And I understand that, you guys took this project on. I got to say, the inspiration of it was interesting. I love that you had a thought and you acted on it. You just ran with it. But for the viewers at home, tell us about how TikTok is not only inspiring our youngsters nowadays, but it's also mobilizing parents to do some cool things. Tell us about how TikTok played so much into this book.
So Rachel and I always talk about how we wanted to write this book, and then I guess our phones are always listening. And I was on TikTok one day and came across a live, and her name is Courtney, and she has a publishing agency called Lead Her Publishing. And I went into her live and I was commenting like, oh my gosh, it's you, we found you, we need to work with you. And then after the live, I DM'd her, and there we have it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you and Rachel had been just talking about
Yes.
something like this for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I just asked you before, how many books you'd written, and you let me know this is your first pen to paper book.
Yeah.
And how about you, Rachel? How many books have you had a chance to illustrate in your life?
None. Drawing has just been a hobby. I've never even thought about illustrating a book until Mads and I had this idea. And I said, I doodle a lot, so I'd be happy to try it.
Wow. And there's nothing you can't do nowadays, right?
Yeah, I think she did a fantastic job, and she did it on her iPad, just with
Wow.
a smart pen, and she killed it.
Yeah, I think everything, I just had a chance to flip through. It looks amazing. It looks like, this is the cool thing about the book. It looks just like if you were just to flip through, you're like, oh, this is just a kid's book. And then you realize the subject matter is screaming towards parents. But I guess an interesting thing, Rachel, maybe we can hear from you on this. Why is it that when people are asking us how it's going, when as parents, we have kids at home, we know that it's, there's a lot of not so pretty underbelly to parenthoods at times. But why is it that we aren't so open and honest about that all the time when people ask us how it's going or what it's like being a mom or a dad? Why do you think that we have this inclination to just sugarcoat things all the time?
I don't know what it is, and I think it's weird, and I think we all need to realize we all need villages, and we all need to understand that everyone's house is chaotic. I don't know why, especially on the internet, people need to make it seem like it's perfect. And I think that our book shows the real chaos that everyone's dealing with, the poop, the boogers, and everything in between. I don't know. We need to talk about it more.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, this book could be even, birth control for some potentially, right?
There's some teachers that are now putting it in parenting classes. I'm not even kidding. So.
Well, you got to know what you're in for, right? So,
Yeah.
So I love the honesty, about the book and the visualizations in here. But for you, you guys are both stay-at-home moms. So first of all, kudos for finding the time to do this. You each have 2 children that you're, under the roof, and amongst all that, still were able to get this book released. Which I just want to say now, in case I forget, for all those who are going to want to run and get this, you can get it on Amazon.
Yeah.
But also, right here in Corner Brook at the Bookshop NL, which is a new bookshop on Broadway.
Yeah.
On the corner of Broadway and Harold Avenue there, they can go out and get that.
Yeah.
So what for you was how cathartic of an experience was this for you to just sort of, how much of this can you relate to purely? Is this a lot of your own lived experiences? Is this stuff you're hearing from other moms and other people in your circle? Is this an ode to your experience as a mother?
Yes, 1000%. We went through this all. This was all my feelings. But then living here and going to Treehouse with my younger sons, it brings me back, right? Things you forget about, and then you're like, oh yeah. And then I would text myself and write in notes, and then later on in the night just open my computer and put it together. But we lived this. This is Rachel and I's. This was our journey.
Yeah. And do you think about how your kids are going to look back on this, like when they're teenagers, or do you have any thoughts? Do they have any thoughts or about this? Are they aware of the book? How does that go for you guys?
They are. My older son, now he says it. So if my younger son, toddler, is having a tantrum or something, my younger son will now just be like, oh, it's pure bliss, and laugh. So he gets it.
How about you, Rachel? Has pure bliss made its way into your household yet? Are your children aware that they have inspired this book?
Yes, and same as Mads said, my oldest will say pure bliss, and yeah, it's sticking as the family motto.
So this is basically like a mantra that you'll use when things are getting particularly sticky or tangly in the household. It's just to remind yourself that being a parent is pure bliss.
Yeah, and we hope that it sticks and it becomes a household name. Everyone just has to say it's pure frickin' bliss.
Mm-hmm. And also, I just want to give you guys both an opportunity, because we're talking about your kids, and because you just wrote a book about them and how much they poop and make smells. I just want to give you both an opportunity to tell your kids that you definitely love them and there's no shade against them, and that they're the pride and joys of your life. So you can just go ahead, tell your children you love them.
Yeah, we love you.
Jackson, I love you so much.
Okay, now we've got that out of the way, right? It's okay to be inspired by our children. So, all jokes aside, Madeline, what would you say, if you could, and I'll ask this question to both of you, what would you say has been the most rewarding and blissful, truly blissful part about being a mom? And then if you can contrast that and say, genuinely what you find one of the trickier parts of being a mom or a parent.
The best is reliving everything, like little moments and taking time to slow down and really look at little simple things in life. And it brings you back to your childhood and your memories, and now you're creating the new memories for your kids. Yeah. The trickiest is people not being real and wanting to talk about the hard times more, and people just belittling stay-at-home moms and just constantly asking, when are you going back to work? And I feel like I haven't worked harder. This is the hardest job I've ever done.
Yeah.
And that would be the hardest.
That's a good answer. How about you, Rachel? Can you, any insights on what you find truly to be the most blissful aspects of parenthood, and then the opposite?
Definitely getting to learn through little eyes. I feel like it's such a crazy, nice experience watching like a 3-year-old learn the world. And getting, like Matt said, making all these memories with them and getting to bring old traditions and teach my kids all these things. I love it. The hardest part, just feeling alone. I feel like parenting can be very isolating. And I think that's why we wrote this book, so that people know you're not alone. But the hardest part is just feeling like you don't have a support system when we can make our own.
That's very well said. And that is kind of one of the silver linings about the technological age that we live in, right? We can find support in interesting places, maybe even on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right? So you never know. If you have an open mind and an open heart, interesting things can happen. I want to thank you guys very much for coming down here. And I'll say I'd like to answer that question as well myself, because I'm also a parent. I think the coolest part about being a parent is I would totally relate to what you said about getting to relive these moments and seeing your children react to things that you reacted to as well. And I would think for me one of the tougher parts is it's very, it's like having kids is like always looking in the mirror, I find. And they mirror us and our mannerisms and the things we say, good and bad. Yes. So it can be pretty eye-opening sometimes to realize how you're perceived by children. I find that to be tricky, but also kind of a bit of a guiding light. Thank you both very much. I wish you the best of success. I look forward to the sequel.
Yes.
Yes. And folks at home, please run to Amazon, pick up Pure Bliss, or if you're in Corner Brook, double whammy, support a new local business and head to the Bookshop NL, which is on the corner of Broadway and Harold Avenue. Thank you both so much for coming down. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with our next guest. Stay tuned.
So why volunteer at Rogers TV? Well, it's fun, exciting, and challenging. You can develop practical, hands-on skills in TV production, make new friends, and have fun, all while giving back to your community. For a few hours a week, you can be part of a great team making great local television. Want to find out more? Get in touch with us at rogerstv.com. Make your mark and find a new passion as a Rogers TV volunteer.
All right, and we're back now in studio, and I've got a guest sitting right next to me who I've been looking forward to introducing you to since we've pretty much finished filming just before the summer. My next guest is the newly appointed executive chef at Hugh and Draw Hotel. And Hugh and Draw, after a few years of leasing out their restaurant space, has just taken it over themselves and are now the operators of that restaurant. And so to talk about some of the fun things going on there, and just to get a little look behind the creative force of the new menu and the new happenings, we've invited down Mr. Andrew Dale. Andrew, thanks for coming down, brother.
Thanks for having me.
I know you're busy as heck down there right now, lots going on, but I thought, you know what, since you're like the new kid in town, it would be appropriate to introduce you to the West Talk audience. So
Thank you very much.
So first, sir, I would like you to give us a little bit of your background, just sort of how you got into the chefing world and what just like quickly kind of what that path looked like from where it started to jumping over here to Cornerbrook recently.
Yeah, so I was working odd jobs all through high school, and I started working at Dairy Queen. And
Nice.
I was working out on the front desk, and it was fine, making ice cream, stuff like that. And then decided I wanted to try out back in the kitchen. So
At Dairy Queen?
yeah. So they were like, yeah, no problem, come back, sling a few burgers. And yeah, it was really fun. Loved the high intensity, the heat, it was just like, I got to have fun at work, but also didn't have to be out in front, you know what I mean?
Right.
And now as, you know,
That's
as
where you
executive
learned
chef,
about grilling and chilling.
Yeah.
That was the original.
yeah, it was fun.
Right on. So where did that path take you? Obviously, there was a lot that must have happened between Dairy Queen and executive chef. At
Yeah, first, a mutual friend of ours, Adam Wall, me and him were going to start to do...
Shout out Adam Wall.
Yeah, we were going to go and we wanted to do search and rescue. And he applied, and he's got his first aid, he teaches swimming and all that. So, you know, he had everything, and he tried it and didn't get in. And I was like, you know what?
You're talking about like search and rescue techniques?
Yeah, like diving out of
helicopter?
planes and stuff.
Oh, okay.
We thought it would be fun, and we always loved swimming and stuff like that. So that's what we were going to do. But
Right, just like jumping off the rocks in
yeah,
Cove.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we decided against that after he didn't get in, and I still had a year to go. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to choose a different path, and I loved cooking and decided I'm going for it. So I decided, and I enrolled in Holland College and Kona. I got accepted for all of them and decided that I was going to move away and go to Holland College and PEI.
So that is like the place where a lot of people on the East Coast at least go to become a chef, right?
Yeah, it's worldwide actually. We had people from all over the world,
Yeah.
Hungary, Bermuda, Bahamas, everywhere, and it was a great place to learn because we had some of the best chefs from all over the world.
Really?
It was-
Like
yeah.
as instructors or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
oh.
Some of them are actually indicted into the Chef's Hall of Fame. Like some of them are really, really big guys.
Really?
Yeah.
And they just like they're full-time instructors there as well, or they like take it's like a rotating door of chefs who
So
come
they
through?
do chefs there. They're instructors, and then after that, like on their time off, they usually do competitions or judge competitions. And
Cool.
yeah, I've seen a few of them in Newfoundland after I've graduated, and
Yeah.
it's nice catching up with them.
So when you finished school there, did you know you wanted to come back to Newfoundland and work over here? Did you think about kind of going into the mainland and doing it?
So, wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do. I knew on my work term I wanted to come home just to see friends, family.
Yeah.
And came home for a year and worked at Bianca's. And then after I went back to culinary, after I graduated, I got a job at the Capitol Hotel up on Caymount Road and decided, like, you know, I think home is where I want to be. Once I got home and started like playing around with actual ingredients from Newfoundland and stuff like that, it spoke to me, and I stayed.
Started clicking.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to jump into what's going on today at the restaurant, but first I want to just get a little bit about your experience now moving over to the West Coast. When we first met, I thought you were kind of like a townie character, but now I realize you're from Torrey Bay. But still, you were working, you know, pretty much living and breathing downtown St. John's in the culinary scene, and now you're over here on the West Coast. Can you talk about your life as a new resident in Western Newfoundland, what you've been liking about it, any grievances? You can go ahead and put those out there as well.
No, I've always been an outside of city type of person. I mean, I've come out here 10, 12 times a year for camping, salmon fishing, snowboarding, hiking.
Really?
It's just, I'm here all the time.
Like since you've been an adult, or
Since probably the first time I came over was in high school. I came over for a snowboarding trip with school.
Cool.
And yeah, that was when I fell in love.
Wicked.
Yeah, so I've always wanted to be here. Always wanted to try to come out to the West Coast, and I just never had the opportunity because the restaurants didn't suit my needs and such, that like the ingredients that we were getting. I didn't want to do Newfoundland cuisine. I wanted to make sure it was something that I was passionate about.
Yeah.
So when Autumn came to me and asked from the Hue and Draw if I wanted to come out and would this be a place that I'd want to work, it was 100% yes.
Yeah, and right away you're like, I need to get a book,
Yeah.
I need to get a truck, I need to get a
I got most
bike.
of that before I came out,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, the point being that from my perspective, it looks like you're fully embracing life over here and really making the most of it, which is great to see as somebody who lives over here. When somebody kind of makes the move over and instantly you're just doing all the things.
Well, I knew everybody here anyways, like, because I
Right.
was here so much. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it was just a matter of owning a house or whatever.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and just it was an easy integration for you.
yeah.
So now, as the executive chef, just to clarify, does that mean that you're in the kitchen cooking all the time?
Not all the time. I do be in there. I was in there this morning, all morning before I came here, ran out.
Yeah, but that's not really what executive chef means, right?
No, it's mostly leaning on your team and making sure that, you know, you're hiring the right people and you have the right team behind you to make sure that the job can get done, but also guiding them, giving them the tools and the stuff that they need to get the job done. So I would be creating menus, recipes, costing, trying to make sure that, you know, we're in line with actually making money and making a profitable business. It's not just going in there, flipping burgers and eggs and all that.
Right.
What people think that it is.
It needs to make sense.
Yeah.
And it needs to be delicious.
Yeah.
I noticed a few different things started happening. Maybe they were happening always, but I didn't notice it. But like, you know, around when you came on the scene there, like the Hue and Draw started growing vegetables on the roof and stuff like this. Seemed like, you know, you were looking even more local because, you know, they're known for that. But it seemed like you were going even more local in your inspirations.
Yes.
And your ingredients and things like that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I started trying to get a lot more from local farmers and vendors and trying to get in, we're kind of expanding our freezer space and trying to get in whole animals as opposed to getting, you know, pork and stuff from Cisco. Like, yes, we do use Cisco and AGD and stuff like that. And I'll use AGD as much as I can because they are a local business. But yeah, trying to get all of our vegetables and all that kind of stuff from here is my number one goal. I've been using all of our lobster rolls this year. We're all made from fishermen here on the island, and all of our fish is from here. So I try not to use anything that's
incorporating a lot of berries, and the berries is an interesting one because I know like even over the years I've seen Autumn out doing deals with people on the side of the highway, like buying a lot of deep.
Yeah, we've been buying a lot of trunks full of berries.
And
we had to go and get new freezers in order to keep them.
This is something I find so cool because, and you guys work berries into everything from, you know, cocktails to entrees, so really cool to see. But why I like that was just having this picture of cash going out of this restaurant into the pockets of people selling berries all up and down the coast and stuff. You know, it's just a cool little spin.
Coming in when they got blue nails and blue hands.
That's right. The berry boss. So tell me a bit more now, because also the menu, I've got to say, around, again, I'm not trying to assume too much, but around the same time that you showed up here, the menu started to change pretty dramatically. I started to see literally, you know, one of the last meals I had down there, I made the comment to you that, like, I ate something for the first time, literally a food item I had never heard about ever. I still don't even know what it's called. We'll call them the little
Pani puris.
Pani puris. I call them the little balls. And I thought, how cool is it that I can come out to this restaurant and be introduced to this new ethnic dish right here, right in Corner Brook. Lunchtime menu for a deadly price. So can you tell me about where you're pulling these ideas from? Because there's things that are nods to Newfoundland cuisine and there's pointing towards traditional items, but then there's mani puri and all this. Like, how do you figure out what's going to be the 10 things that get to be on this piece of paper menu?
Yeah, so usually what I'll do is I'll ask my whole team is if there's anything that they want to bring to the table to, you know, try to get onto the menu and stuff like that. I'll just pull inspiration from them. So we have a lot of influx in immigrants and people here for work, school, all that kind of stuff. So
in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we have a lot of prominent Indian employees, and they asked me if they could put some stuff on the menu, and I was like, 100%, yeah, I'd love that.
So you just
Because-
make them prove it first?
Yeah. So he brought
gotta taste
in
good.
one of my cooks, Sandeep. He brought me in these semolina cups that I've never seen before, and yeah, he fried them up, stuffed them, put in the waters. They're called water cups, is the direct translation, and yeah, and they're tasty. So I was like, you know what, this is a really refreshing summertime dish.
Yeah.
So we started serving them.
Yeah. And you're going to keep it? Seems to be pretty popular.
So we do have. We're not going to be keeping it coming into the winter because
Yeah.
it's more of a summer dish.
Yeah.
But we do have some other stuff coming up now on our new fall snack menu that's Indian inspired as well, which is pretty fun.
I love that. Man, this has all been very exciting, and we're at the end of our time, but I think we covered a lot of ground. We got to figure a little bit where you came from, what's on the go here, and also to highlight where you get your inspiration. So I will encourage everybody to come down and see you, check out the new things that are happening. But in our final moment, is there any greeting or wish that you want to extend to the people of Western Newfoundland while you have 30 seconds of their attention?
Thanks for having me. Come down and eat any time. We're always there to, it's not just the restaurant, it's the hotel, the brewery. We're there to make people happy, and we're there to feed people.
Well said.
Thanks.
That was Andrew Dale, Executive Chef at the Hugh and Draw Hotel. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back to wrap this thing up, so stick around.
So why volunteer at Rogers TV? Well, it's fun, exciting, and challenging. You can develop practical, hands-on skills in TV production, make new friends, and have fun, all while giving back to your community. For a few hours a week, you can be part of a great team making great local television. Want to find out more? Get in touch with us at rogerstv.com. Make your mark and find a new passion as a Rogers TV volunteer.
And that's it for today's episode. I want to thank our guests, Madeline, Sheppard, and Rachel Durocher, for telling us all about Pure Bliss. Please go and grab that book today. If you're a parent, you're going to love it. It's available on Amazon and at the Bookshop NL on Broadway. And special thanks to Andrew Dale, Executive Chef from the Hugh and Draw Hotel. Seriously, get out there and see what is on their menu. It seems to be changing all the time, and there's things on there that are going to surprise and impress you. That's it for today's episode. We'll be back next Tuesday with another West Talk.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to hear it. Email or call us, or send us your feedback through social media.
This is Rogers TV.
Welcome to the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Stalo people. The Stalo are people of the river. I'm so thankful for the courage and resiliency of our ancestors who lived on this land since time immemorial. Each of us have gifts from the Creator, and our Creator has a plan and purpose to be fulfilled in our territory. As we embrace our traditional teachings, we can lead the next generation into the fullness of what our Creator designed. Our shared history reveals a broken relationship. But as all Canadians commit to hear truth, acknowledge injustice, we can learn to walk in our traditional way, Letsamot, with a good heart and a good mind. Then all of our lives will be enriched. Kwasai.
This is Rogers TV.
With clubs, leagues, and courts